Evening, everyone. This is the Ayer Conservation Commission meeting. It is Thursday, March 23rd, 2023. Commissioners in attendance this evening: Ms. Jenna Maya as a member, George Bacon as member, Ms. Jessica Gino, member clerk, Mark Phillips, vice chair, myself, John Schmallenberger as chair, conservation agent, Heather Hampson. You feeling okay?
Yeah, I have a cold.
Okay. Do we have confirmation of agenda?
Yeah, it's all set.
All set. Very good. Motion to confirm the agenda as written.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed nay. Passes unanimously. Approval of meeting minutes for March 9th, 2023. I found one thing I had a question about. Third page,
Yeah.
almost towards the bottom. That one bullet point that says
Oh.
the exposed pipe.
Yeah, and I forgot to correct this.
So is this going to be cut off flush?
Where did you see? Well, I thought they said in one thing that it was going to be 7 feet cut off. I think they're going in a little bit. That's what they wrote, and she said that before, I think.
That was my question, because I thought I
Okay.
remembered you're going to cut it right off flush with the stone that's part of the bridge and just cap it.
Oh yeah, as flush as possible, but
Exactly.
to be able to
Little
cap
bit.
it, they gotta leave a little stuff out.
Yeah, but they're not going to go a foot in.
No.
No. So I think that's just 5 feet.
Okay.
There's a third page.
Okay, and actually, well, see, they also said they'll remove and cap the ends of approximately 7 feet of the existing gas main.
Well, maybe it's a 7-foot
Um,
gap.
Passing through the open. Why don't I put 5 to 7 feet?
Okay. But I think the
Yeah.
part that's in question is that they're not going to go into
Okay.
the stone.
All right. Where was that exactly? On the page?
Third
Okay.
page.
Third page, yeah, towards the bottom.
Okay.
You see it?
Okay, so I'm just gonna, yeah, got it.
It's not important.
So I'm just gonna get rid of that whole clause. They'll be removed and the remaining exposed ends will be capped. The other thing that I forgot to do in advance is the first bullet on that section where it say underneath the riverbed and bridge foundation at Bennett's Crossing, and that was my
Bennett's Brook.
bridge foundation crossing Bennett's Brook on Route 2A, a few hundred feet from the Willow Street intersection. Okay.
Anything else?
Your numbering's wrong.
Your numbering is wrong.
Where?
At least on mine, it says like 3 of 1. Maybe
Yours
it's just
says
mine.
3 of 1?
Yeah, mine says PDF. Maybe it's just mine.
It's just yours.
This is the one you emailed us.
Oh, okay.
Never mind then.
All right. Correct page 3. Okay.
Anything else? Anyone? Motion to approve the meeting minutes for March 9th, 2023 as amended.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed nay. Passes unanimously. This is the time in the evening for public input. If there's anyone out there who is not on the agenda that would like to speak, now's the time.
Hi.
Hi,
I just have a few questions. I reviewed the,
Name.
would you please?
First of all,
Yeah, come on up. That's
Come
right.
on.
Yep.
Okay.
And we'll need your name and address.
Sure. Where do I go?
Right there. Where do I go?
At the table.
The hot seat.
Okay. Hi, I'm Rachel. I live at 30 Groton Harvard Road in Ayer.
Rachel, what?
Kozera.
Oh,
Thank you.
Kozera.
Ground Harbor Road.
Just need it for our minutes.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, of course.
yeah.
So I just had a few questions in reference to the minutes from last meeting, and I had a lot of questions, and I got them down to I think about 4. So I'm not sure what timeline you're on as far as like the project, just because I've been busy with school, and so I thought it would be a good idea to come in and ask some questions, and so I apologize if you've already answered them in a previous meeting.
No, we appreciate you coming in.
Wonderful. It's great to see everyone. Hi. And so I was just kind of reviewing the Boston Gas Company gas line.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just was wondering if there'd be an on-site town representative that would go through daily checklists or walkthroughs just to ensure that proper protocol is being carried out, just because I feel like it's just a sensitive kind of thing, just with all of the water and nature and things that could go awry. And so I just didn't know if that was something that happened typically, or if that was, implied that everyone's just kind of following the protocol that they need to.
Right. Well, we issue orders of conditions for the contractors to follow. And I'm assuming Heather you'll pop in there from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Just take a look. Heather's our conservation agent, very knowledgeable. So she'll keep eyes on the project.
Okay, super. Thank you.
Especially with the erosion controls
Mhm.
before they start
Mhm.
work.
Yeah, those are inspected before they start, and then I'll probably have them notify the office before they start the drilling and go out and inspect that while they're doing that work.
Thank you.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
for the containment of the bentonite and such.
Thanks. And so I was just wondering why we need to drill horizontally under the riverbed and bridge foundation, and why we can't replace the line that's there. I know it's like over 100 years old, so it's obviously very crusty and needs to be replaced. But, I'm just thinking of the longevity that's sustained over the past 100 years. And so I just was wondering, just because it seems like it's like you're looking for not like future problems, but what if there's a leak, and what do we do? Like, how do we find out if it's underneath the riverbed? It just seems like it's a problem that would be really bad if we didn't kind of think about what might happen if that were to, like, I don't know the logistics behind the project. I tried to look at the plans,
Mhm.
and so they were tiny, so I tried to look, but so anywho, I was just wondering that.
Well, the existing line is underground as well.
Mm-hmm.
And
Is it the same location as the? Oh, okay.
basically,
Well, the existing one is not under the creek, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not.
It's in the road, along the road edge, and runs under the bridge. It is actually exposed
Mm-hmm.
above the creek.
Got it.
But horizontal directional drilling is a pretty safe standard that they've been doing that for quite a while. And Boston Gas is quite capable with doing that.
That's good.
So yeah, it's
and they have to make two pits at either end,
Mhm.
and that's the only disturbance. Otherwise, they'd have to tear up the road.
Gotcha.
Right.
And that would be a nightmare.
right, and that's as he said, that is probably the best part about it is by doing that they can be so far under the creek, they don't disturb the creek, the edge, the riverfront, quote unquote.
Oh, good.
So it's much
It's
better.
it's less invasive
Mhm.
together.
Technically, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so,
They wanted also to get that exposed pipe buried because they figure it's more at risk for damage or leaks being exposed, so they wanted to eliminate that situation too.
have there been incidents in the past where the exposed pipe has been damaged or?
Not here that I
Yeah,
know
not at
of.
this location, but road salt, metal, they don't mix really well, so it rusts out and things like that. I don't know if this has been so thick that they've never had to touch it. I think
Mhm.
that's the situation we're in. But at the same time, you could probably go on their website. There's leaks everywhere.
Yeah.
There's tons of leaks.
Yeah, I know the new pipe is plastic and not metal,
No.
so
Right, exactly.
that would
Yep.
negate that issue.
Yep.
And so, thank you. And so, the bentonite drilling fluid, I know that there is a small chance of that,
Blowback?
Yes, and so I just didn't know if there was a contingency plan, what the action is, and who would execute that, and how would we find out? Obviously, I don't quite know what that sounds like or looks like, so,
Well, there's a containment system in place for that.
And I believe if there's ever a spill, something like that, that goes to fire department.
Okay.
Almost positive they deal with chemical spills.
And so they're knowledgeable about that particular?
yes.
Okay, and then,
And the drilling company there's a contingency plan laid out in the back as part
it
of
was
their
like a little bit
application.
sparse though, so that's why I was asking. I don't know.
Not
It-
too much.
I mean, I
It has to
don't
be
read these all the
It
time,
has to be
so.
developed more site-specific by the contractor
Correct.
before the work begins.
Okay,
And then it's the contractor's responsibility to. So it wasn't fleshed out in the NOI, but whoever their contractor is has to flesh it out before they begin working.
Yep.
HDD, the HDD driller,
Yeah.
the name of the company happens to be HDD also.
okay,
So,
got it.
yeah.
Super. And so I just didn't know how the residents of Ayer in this area would be affected by the project. I just know animals, they're sensitive to noises and drilling, so I'm just not sure of the, kind of the logistics behind what does that sound like. And I know the timeline's not too long, but, just to give people a heads up as to what to expect with regard to that.
Well, half of the road will be closed, so that'll be an issue a little bit. As far as noise, I honestly have never heard anyone complain about it, about being excessively noisy. Has anyone?
Yeah, I don't remember, and it's going, 6 months, maybe 9 months ago, when they did a longer directional drill from Shaker Road over to 2A.
Mm-hmm.
Way to Snake Hill.
Right.
Came out of
Yeah,
Snake Hill.
up to Snake Hill.
We got any
And I
feedback on
don't
that?
think anybody had any concerns. If anything, I think it's basically like a small, kind of industrial generator that's used to power and things like that. So it's, basically, combustion, little motor, engine, whatever you want to call it.
Okay,
Yeah.
super. All right, that's all I have.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very well. Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you for having me.
See ya. Anyone else?
Okay, very good. Next item this evening is a request for determination of applicability. We will open under the Wetlands Protection
up
Act
here?
and also, yes, please, and also under the Ayer Wetlands Bylaw.
A little old shell project.
All right, 186 Woodland Way. I had one, before we get started, I had one question. The shed itself is 12 by 14,
Correct.
and you're going out just 1 foot,
I have to go 2 feet. 14 by
So-
16 pad.
so that's going to be a 16 by 18 pad.
No, 14 by
12 by
16.
14, I have to go 2 feet out, so it'll be 14 by 16.
2 feet on each side?
2 feet on each side.
Yeah,
14 on the side, 16 in the front.
But if it's 12, 2 and 2, that's
2 2 4
that's
16.
16.
yeah.
And
16 square
16 by
feet.
20.
16 feet by
Feet.
18
2
feet.
plus 14 plus
My
2.
math-
So
I
you're
messed
thinking
up.
of a foot
No,
on
you're
either
right.
side.
Okay.
They're talking 2 feet on
I think
either
they just
side.
did one
Yeah.
side.
Which
2,
would
4,
make the-
6, 8. I'm confused.
So 12 by 14 shed.
Yep,
They asked me to go
Okay.
out 2 feet from that 14, from the 12, which would be 14.
2 feet on each side.
Correct.
And then
18.
12.
On each
Which
side.
total-
Right, but this
4
is
feet.
18.
That's correct, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A total of
I
4
just-
feet.
listen.
Okay, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, I was just unclear.
No,
We-
you're right.
we-
We just want to make sure
A
we're
total of 4
No,
feet.
you are absolutely right.
right. So
I
then
never thought of it that way.
14 by 18.
Wow, I'm
No.
good at math too.
Not anymore.
You are correct.
All righty.
Touche.
We had a nice sidewalk, nice visit
Thank you.
last Saturday.
Cold, windy day.
It was a cold, windy day.
Crusty
Yeah.
snow.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Does anyone have any questions or concerns besides the erosion controls? And I think that's the only thing we really.
Are you going to put any drainage, like out the bottom of the thing? Did you happen to say that? I don't remember if you did.
On the bottom of that, the
The
3/4
wall?
inch stone?
Yeah, where you put
The
this-
retaining wall?
Are you gonna put the retaining wall in like a little seep pipe to kind of come through possibly, and then stone to allow drainage through or not? I just was
I mean,
curious.
I could.
Depends how
I think
high
it's
it
gonna,
is.
the water's gonna find its way out through the 3/4 inch stone anyways, because there's gaps in those, the landscaping blocks that I'm going to use.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's necessary to put a thing there. I think it'll seep its way out, to tell you the truth.
You think it will, or will it push out or anything? Or just
You know what I mean?
I
It'll
guess I'd
come
rather
through the
not see it
3/4 inch
fall
stone,
down.
and then those
Yep.
landscaping blocks they're not
This space.
solid.
There's,
You
yeah,
know
a
what I mean? They're
little bit like a sieve.
they're wider on the front
I don't
and
think
shorter
we-
on the back.
Okay.
I think
Yeah, I think it'd be fine with that.
All right.
I think I'll be.
Sounds good.
George? All good? Jen?
Good.
Jess?
Good.
I'm good.
We're good.
Thank you.
How about you, Heather?
Okay.
Oh, so I'm good. I'm sorry I missed it
Poor
on Saturday.
Heather.
Oh, that's right.
So
I'm not, I was in Salem, so I was in the middle of that, sorry.
So we
Okay,
just
any more
have
discussion?
just have to put in the order about, they need to have an erosion control
Yes.
line.
Yes,
And that you inspect it.
yep.
I can, I'll
Come
either
at lunch,
get,
Heather.
What?
Come at lunchtime.
I'll either
I
get
guess
hill
you should
beans
come
or
whenever I
I'll
need a
use
cup of coffee and
that
Yeah.
black stuff with, stuff and whatever to make
No,
sure.
but the hay, we'll do the
The
hay.
hay bales will
Yeah.
probably be the
I
easiest
think
way
that's
out
the
for me to
easiest
do all
way.
that. To make sure that nothing ends up in that.
It'd be great.
All right, well, we should be good.
Another tree fell in there.
Is that right?
Yeah, they're just,
Mm-hmm.
there are a lot of skinny trees
Mm-hmm.
in that
The
area.
drought didn't do the trees any good.
Yeah,
As long as we don't head towards the house, we're okay.
yeah.
I don't want that headache.
Well, we appreciate all of you coming out and spending the time.
Yes, I know, I don't want my pen.
Really do.
So we get a notice or something, or how we know if the
Wait
state
for
approves
If
this?
you don't hear anything, then you're good to go.
Okay.
the, no news is good news.
Because
And
it
then I'll have that all set tomorrow. Do you want me to mail it to you, or do you want to come pick it up?
I could pick it up on Monday if I had to, or you
I
can
can
mail
pick it
it
up
to me.
tomorrow.
It's up to you, just,
Oh,
if
yeah,
I
yeah,
mail, I
yeah,
gotta do,
tomorrow,
I
yeah.
gotta certified mail, and if it,
Oh, God, no.
No, no,
And
no.
then
She'll
you can't
she'll
pick it up.
Grab it.
tomorrow.
I'll
She'll
go
go
grab
pick it
it.
up.
okay,
I'll show her your office on the way out.
Yeah, I'll go grab it.
okay, very good.
So
And
is there a
then-
motion to issue a negative determination
Signing it.
on the RDA at 186 Woodland Way? RDA is, or negative is good in this instance.
Ah, thank you for that. I'm sorry,
Second.
what, negative?
Negative
You don't need to go
determination.
initial.
Yep. With,
file.
with the approved, or with the inspected erosion
Yep.
controls. Yep,
So we're okay with that line that I made
yep.
from
Yeah.
point A to point B, because it
Yeah.
probably turns,
I
so
still
I'm
think
probably
it's
not going
bad.
to
Yeah. No,
go past that.
follow your plan. Put your
Okay.
put your stuff in.
right.
You're good.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Passes unanimously. Good luck with your project.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much. Good luck. Take care.
All right. Next item this evening
Oh, shit. Yours is much more sexy to draw.
is a public hearing that we will open under the Wetland Protection Act and also under the Ayer Wetland Bylaw. Notice of intent, DEP file number 100-0483, Ayer Department of Public Works, Spectacle Pond Emergency Culvert Replacement. All we need to do is sign the orders, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Vote to sign and then close the public hearing.
Yep.
Motion to sign, is there a motion to sign the orders as written?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Yeah, it's
Opposed,
just the
nay.
RDAs that have it,
Passes unanimously.
the names on it, others don't.
I just picked it right online.
Okay. I'll
Yeah,
public with you.
You can sign them anywhere.
It feels weird.
The weird thing is you can vote against it, and you can still sign it.
I'm keeping my first nay for something really
Where's the-
important. I'm not gonna waste it on that.
Who's this in?
Nay, have you named
Decide,
something
yeah.
yet?
I have Nate.
I have never named. Someday.
No, that- I've only had like 6 or so public hearings for the ZBA in Shirley. And now Pepperell, we've only
Pick your line.
no on 2 of them.
Pick a
Pick your
line.
line.
I found something really weird about Littleton the other day. I never knew. I'm sure you knew, but I just didn't know.
There's lots of weird things about Littleton.
On Taylor Road, do you know where Littleton put in those huge piles of stone?
Yes.
How did they get that past their conservation commission?
Oh, you mean the landscaping company?
Yeah.
Right. That's an interesting question. I was on the I worked with them when they did that.
Yeah.
The sad thing is that's the only part of the town that could, at that point, that could have had a marijuana facility. And they can't now. I mean, they do have one, but that was one of the
Yeah.
first ones. Matt Field was not happy with himself.
Is there a motion to close the public hearing? Notice of intent, DEP file number 100-0483.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Passes unanimous. All right. Our next item this evening is the public hearing, notice of intent, DEP file number 100-0482, Boston Gas Company. We will open this public hearing under the Wetlands Protection Act and also under the Air Wetlands Bylaw. Good evening.
Hello.
How are you this evening?
Good, how are you?
Good. Could you state your name for us, please?
Yes, I'm Amanda Smith with BSC Group.
Amanda
Representing
or Amanda?
Amanda,
Amanda.
sorry. I do that all the time. I'm representing Boston Gas Company
Welcome.
for this project. And so you guys have already heard most of it from my colleague who was presenting last time, and I heard you also had a site visit. So
Mhm.
you've seen the site.
Yep.
There were 2 questions she said that you guys had brought up at the site visit. How much drilling material, like of the fluid, will be on site? They said it'll be between 11 and 13 yards. And then if they hit bedrock, how long will that extend? The project, they said it shouldn't be much. At most, it'll be a week.
11 to 13?
Yeah, yards. I'm assuming they meant cubic yards?
I would think so, right?
Yeah. That's their language.
But-
Yeah, I
Yards to gallons conversion, do we know?
could probably look it up, Google.
Because she was saying,
So they usually, like, where they enter, it's usually dug down, so it's kind of like a lower pit, and then the erosion controls, so any of the fluid is kind of contained within that bubble space.
yeah, she kind of gave us the idea
It's a bit.
of 55
Yeah,
gallon
that's
drum.
a conversion.
But now you're saying, what again, 11 to what? 13 yards?
11 to 13
So
yards.
11 cubic yards is 2,221.714 gallons, US gallons.
So,
And you know that off the top of your head?
Yeah.
2,025.66
yeah,
gallons.
so like
Yeah.
2,221.
5 cubic yards is like a,
71429.
Yeah.
5 cubic yards is like a pretty good scoop, like of mulch. I guess I'll put it that. Like if you go to a landscape yard and get a scoop of mulch, that's like a 5-yard scoop typically, right?
So it's
So if it's 11 to 13,
That's 1,000.
that's kind of a lot.
Well, you know the
US
dumpster
gallons.
containers?
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
You got a 15-yard
That's more than
dumpster
15
container?
gallons.
Yeah,
That's about
much more.
Right.
But I mean, she
Right,
wasn't,
right.
she was looking at guesstimate,
Yeah.
right?
smaller than that.
But it's a lot more than 55 gallon drum.
But it's a lot
Yeah.
more than a 55-gallon drum.
Yeah, okay.
But I believe it's also like partially in the equipment as well, because it's like circulating the whole time,
Oh,
if
okay.
Right.
that makes sense.
But it is contained and they're pumping it out of it, correct?
Yeah, so it's kind of
But
like
it's not like
pumping
a
in and
pool.
out.
It's not like a pool of it, is it? I don't,
No, it's usually inside and then it's going into the hole
Right.
as they're spinning. So
And-
some of
and
it's
then-
coming back up and
Right.
then it's going back down. So it kind of like keeps circulating in and out.
Corkscrew thing that you do in like
Yeah.
the Science Museum.
Kind of.
The water goes up and then back down.
yeah. Okay.
And you said it would be a week.
A week extra if they
Extra.
hit bedrock. I
And they
believe
were-
they said it was a few weeks was their
Mhm.
original estimate.
Okay, that's right. That's
Not
like-
quite a
like-
month,
like
but
two-
it
2
could
to 3
extend
weeks.
it
Yeah,
a
okay.
little less than a week
Okay.
if needed.
Okay.
And there was a question about spoils too, being stored on site, wasn't there?
spoils?
I mean,
Or
you know, the
soils?
drip, the,
Spoils?
the drilling
Oh, the fluid.
matter that comes out.
I think that goes back to the bentonite containing, that
That just goes
that was
back
really,
in.
that was really what I was asking about initially.
Yeah,
So yeah,
It's already in our special order of conditions that none of that nor can parking be done in the buffer zone or resource area. It's already,
Right.
it's already, all that's already in the special order of conditions.
right.
mhm.
Which again is why they're as far away as they are,
Yes.
I believe, right? Because even on the Willow intersection, the gas
Yeah.
station side, they're beyond the 100-foot buffer, I thought, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's the truck parking is outside of that's actually in the air. The gas station's in Littleton.
Right.
The back corner of the parking lot's actually in the air, across the street.
And the buffer here is 200 feet on each side, right?
For Riverfront.
Yeah. Actually, do you have that drawing? Or do you have it?
I have it up. I don't know if that's
Thank you. So is this the 100-foot buffer right here?
Um,
Thinking it is? The
sorry,
purple
I'm
one?
thinking that you guys have different buffers than I'm used to seeing. And the purple is 25 foot to bank. 100 foot is red, and then 100 foot is also green. The red and the green are kind of going over
So
each
this
other.
is 100 foot. So they are right inside.
That part
the 100
is
foot.
just inside.
And that's the exit.
Yes. Or no, that's, pretty sure this is the entry side where they're setting up all of their,
Okay, this will be the exit over here.
yeah.
Okay.
Which is
And
which?
so,
So the entrance is where the rig will be and all the fluid stuff happening.
And that's
And that is on the east side.
in the east side?
The east side, yes.
Okay.
I want to make sure my north arrow is up.
yeah.
These linear projects, you never know.
That's the Littleton side then.
So,
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so both entry and exit are inside the 100-foot buffer.
Yeah.
Technically.
Put it essentially in the road, or
All in the
almost.
road, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. But no material can be left there overnight inside the buffer zone. So,
And riverfront too.
and Riverfront, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Any further questions? Anyone? George? Mark?
Nope.
Jen? Nope. Jess?
Nope. So, oh,
No. Nope. But
nope, so is it written that when they do decide to store it, that where they decide to store it, Heather, you should be informed? And
Yeah, I'll make sure that
inspect?
that's in there.
Okay.
That,
Do you have any
I think it has to
questions?
be, I think it is in there that it has to be approved. But I'll make
The
sure it
site?
is.
Yeah.
If it's outside the buffer, I can't do anything about it.
No, but they should, but we should put it in that they need to show it
Yes.
too, that it's
Yep.
not in the buffer or the riverfront. So, yeah.
you have any additional questions, Heather?
I have any additional, no, from the comment from the person previous, I will make sure there's a condition in there too, that the office is notified with when the drilling is going to start, so I can go out and observe that as well.
Yep.
Whether it's once a week or if it's going on for multiple weeks, we'll make sure that that's in there and we do that as well.
Good.
Just so everyone knows we're keeping an eye on it.
Yep.
Yes.
Any more discussion? Motion to approve the notice of intent. Boston Gas Company, DEP file number 100-0482 as written,
And issue,
as or issued.
and issue an order of conditions.
Right. Correct. To be for next meeting.
Unless you have it ready.
I have all the conditions, I just gotta make sure those two that we just mentioned are in there, but I
Okay.
have it all done.
Okay, very good. Then, yeah, and also issue the orders of conditions.
So moved.
Second.
I didn't include the special in just in case there was new ones added, but I'll make sure those get in there, but they're all drafted anyway.
Good. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Passes unanimously.
Mm-hmm.
And where should the order get mailed to?
Did we provide that?
I'd assume it would be.
Your house?
I'd assume it would be what's on here, which is,
That's probably in
I
the cover
would think
sheet.
so too.
would
Usually,
it be to Worcester, to your office, or would it go to Boston Gas?
can check with my supervisor just
See if it's
because
the original one, yeah, that would
I'm
be
not
good.
actually used to sitting on this side of the table, so I don't know.
I always ask them, who gets the original one? Because sometimes I send it to the wrong one. They go, oh.
Yeah.
I usually email too and be like, who should I send the original one to? Who's
I
going to
can have
record
it
it?
now.
That's the important thing.
There was a wood duck looking at a hole in one of our trees.
Oh,
A pair of them.
I haven't seen those in years.
Beautiful.
We gotta close this?
No. Oh, yes. In a rush?
She wants to go home and take her sickness.
Okay, you're right. Is there a motion to close the public hearing? Notice of intent, DEP file number 100-0482, Boston Gas Company.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Passes unanimously.
Good job, John.
It's a good thing I have people here to keep me straight.
Handlers.
I only remember.
Handlers.
I only remember because we did the last one, so I was like, we probably got to do this one too. So
Yeah.
I figured I'd say it for Jess said it.
Before just said I
And
know.
I was just gonna wait to see if you remembered or not, but he pounced before me.
Oh.
Good job, Mark.
You've trained me well.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're all good to
So
go?
can
You
I,
all
yeah, I'm just waiting to hear back about who to send it to.
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay.
Thank
Hopefully I
you.
can get that to you like right away.
That'll be great. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks for joining with us tonight.
Thanks for making my first meeting go great. Success.
Success.
Thank goodness you didn't have to go to Littleton. No.
Okay, our next item for discussion, or for this evening, is a request for determination of applicability, Pleasant Street Drainage Improvement, Department of Public Works. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
How are you? Good, good, good. Could you state your name for the records, please?
Yes, my name's Matt Hernan. I'm the town engineer with the DPW.
How do you spell your last name?
It's H-E-R-N-O-N.
I know one. And it's Matt.
Yes.
So we now have a town engineer again.
Yep. Big shoes to fill.
Oh yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good, good. Yeah. How long have you been on the job?
Started in January.
January.
Yep.
Nice.
So,
All right, let's put him through this.
That's
one
right.
motion.
They're going to be coming with a lot of projects. So we were.
Yeah, so we'll be seeing you quite a bit.
probably won't be the last time you'll see me, so.
Okay, good.
Let's hope you stick around.
So Matt, tell us about the project, please.
Yep. So, we're proposing to replace a drainage pipe within the limits of 108 Pleasant Street to just before Riley Jane Lane, which is part of the new subdivision. It was built a couple of years ago. So we have a drain pipe that is no longer functional. Usually we can inspect the pipe to know exactly where the problem lies, but we weren't able to do that in this scenario. So we exhausted all our options and determined we have to replace the pipe. Right now, water's really just pooling on the road. It's actually washing onto private property, so
Okay. How old is that, do you know?
it's an old area, so the pipe could be upwards of 100 years old.
Okay. It's old.
Yeah, it's old.
So is this pipe not connected with the new development, but it's pre-existed?
It pre-existed.
Okay.
It's kind of an interesting case because it discharges just before the new development,
Okay.
but it's not. It doesn't tie into all that drainage infrastructure that was constructed as part of that.
And is that how it's going to be constructed?
Right now, the existing conditions, the drainage pipe discharges to the wetlands area, and we're basically matching that.
And I guess I was looking at this earlier, and I'm not going to be able to find it, I'm sure, but it was, maybe I thought it had something about being exempt. This project is possibly being exempt. Did I read that correctly?
Yeah, so this is a drainage project, so.
Yeah,
exemption I
under
have.
determinations.
Mhm.
Yeah, it said whether the area depicted on plan and/or map referenced below is an area subject to jurisdictions. So it's a question of whether it's,
Whether this would require filing of a notice of intent.
Yeah.
This is the question I have, and that's what filing the RDA.
Yeah. So our answer determines that, confirms the exempt status or
Yeah.
not,
Mhm.
I think.
Yeah, there's, when you do a negative determination, there's 3 different ones you're issuing a negative one on. Typically, it's typically -3, but if it is exempt, there's one for that. I'm sorry, there's 4. Is there 4? Yeah, 6, sorry. But yeah.
so it's up to us to decide if it's an NOI or an RDA. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's the point of the RDA.
So, on the plans, I was just gonna reiterate, we will have to dig within the 25-foot buffer zone of the wetland area. But it's really almost an emergency replacement type of project, so it's something that DPW is looking to take care of as soon as possible.
Gotcha.
Mm.
If,
So on your plans, 111 Pleasant, 112 Pleasant, those are older homes, right? They've been there like 50 years or more probably?
Exactly.
Okay.
There's exemptions.
George, do you know where this is? Like, I don't know where this is. Do you know where this is? Like
Yeah.
this little wetland or whatever
Oh, yeah.
on Pleasant?
So, if you go just past,
Yeah, I'm looking at the same thing. I don't know where
yeah,
it is.
so Riley
I just can't
Jane,
picture it.
Riley Jane Lane is just off the page here, which is like a shared driveway. It's a private way.
Okay.
And then just past there is Trevor Trail and Pleasant Street Extension. So basically, this line right here is pretty much the divide between
Old and new.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, and this wetland area, I believe, is actually fairly big, that goes all the way over to Nashua.
Mark, do you want to see the street view?
Sure.
Computer woman's
I mean, you can also look it up, but,
I probably could.
so that's what comes up when I do 108.
Is this-
or whatever.
Is this the one with the this is not near like the Japanese maple and all that issue with the people across the street that were cutting all the trees down, right?
That's Taft, that was Taft Street.
That's Taft. Okay. All right. That's what I was getting
And
confused with
it's the
that.
same, I believe it's the same wetland area, just
Oh,
it's
it is
the
the
other
same.
side of the street.
Okay.
Because it's a big wetland area.
Yeah.
It's
kinda
just the other,
meanders
yeah,
through.
because it meanders through, it's the other side. It's the other end of it.
Okay.
It's right near there.
Yep.
Okay.
Because yeah, they are, if you look from a Google map, like they are parallel to each other, they're fairly close, and you don't realize it until you go out on site and look, oh wow, you can actually see one person's backyard, that street over, it just doesn't seem it, but they are fairly close to each other.
Okay.
So how deep down do you have to dig?
It varies. So the deepest portion for a project, I believe, is about 6 feet. But within the 100-foot buffer zone, I'm seeing about 3 to 5 feet.
Okay.
But in the road.
In the road.
Yeah.
Sorry, did you say about how long you anticipate this taking, the whole project?
This, I would anticipate this being a 1 week to 2 week long project.
and And you want to jump on it pretty soon.
pretty soon. So we've had a lot of complaints from the residents. 104, 108, 107 Pleasant. There's a couple catch basins in front of their properties, and they're not taking water because the pipe that's downstream is compromised. So it's actually flowing over there.
Just going over.
Exactly.
Sorry, what's a doghouse?
So it's a special kind of, it's a special kind of manhole. So if you look at like a doghouse, that's kind of like a half circular opening.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's
Thank you. Cool.
nothing really special to it. It just has a funny name.
I think a doghouse dormer. That's what I think of.
Yep.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, do you put erosion controls?
I do have erosion controls on the plan,
Mm-hmm.
within the buffer zone area. And planning on just using a filter sock
Yep.
in that area. And also some silt socks,
in the drains.
Don't worry, there's in the drain.
exact silt sacks for the
Yep.
catch basins.
Bags.
Any other questions? Sure, there must be. George?
No,
Any good? Jen? Jess? Mark? Are we all good with an RDA?
Heather inspecting erosion controls.
Yes. So I'll put that condition on there.
Okay. Okay, motion to accept the, or, I'm sorry, motion to issue a negative, is this a -4?
5.
-5 determination?
Yeah, -5 is the areas described in the request is subject to the protection of the under the act, since work is described within meets the requirements of the following exemption. So it's going to put the exemption in there. So it's saying it's in the act, but it's exempted.
Okay. So motion to issue a -5 determination. Pleasant Street drainage improvements, Ayer Department of Public Works.
so moved.
Second.
Can't believe I got that right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Passes unanimously. That was pretty easy.
Yeah.
Don't get used to it.
And then they got to come back from Westminster.
You've been warned. Nice. Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well, man.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you, yeah.
Nice to meet you all.
So, do you have anything to do with the train derailment? You?
No. Yeah, kind of a crazy day today.
It's been a-
Unfortunately.
It's been a week.
Yeah.
Hey, there've been some, this is off topic, some, like, survey markers or orange markings on Wright Road.
Like, okay.
Is any DPW planning anything there, or?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
So orange, sometimes that's a spray paint marking, I think, for like underground communications. So like telephone or electrical lines.
Okay.
You
I'm
paving
not
that
sure.
soon?
What's that?
You paving that road soon?
I'll check with Dan.
Okay.
We're in talks right now with
We gotta fill my potholes first.
I think Nashville Street's ahead of yours.
I think we've got bigger
Fall into those
potholes.
potholes.
We've got bigger potholes than you guys.
I don't think it's a contest.
It is.
Site visit
It
this
is
weekend
such
to
a
measure
contest.
potholes.
I don't know. I don't have any of my way into work, so I have no idea.
Thank
All
you.
right.
You all
Thank
good,
you
Matt?
all.
Hey, Matt.
Appreciate the time.
Thanks for coming. Okay, next item this evening is a discussion on draft regulations.
Yes, so I sent them all to you again because I want to schedule the public hearing on those ones as when we can. So I wanted to make sure that everyone has reviewed them and there's no further questions on them before I go ahead and post that public hearing.
Anyone have questions? changes, comments?
I have a question.
Yes.
Under planning application requirements,
What page?
I'm not numbered, I think
The plan and application is basically the bulk of it.
Yeah.
I think it's page 3.
Sorry. Thank you.
What section are you in there, George?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Okay.
Yeah, section C9.
Yep.
Need to indicate stone walls, fences, buildings, historic site, rock ridges, and outcroppings. Do we really need all that, since it's really not jurisdictional?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I saw it in there, go, it's, I don't know if it makes it easier to understand what is on the site. If you want to put it in there, we don't have to.
Yeah, I'm just asking.
Well, I mean, I think we can always say it's not necessary for a project, but I know on the, when we do the conservation recommendation and the guidelines for that, for OSRDs, they have to provide that,
Yep.
Right.
Site plans, they do.
yeah. So,
I mean, it can be listed as only for major projects as opposed to minor projects.
yeah.
I just raised the question.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
But we could put a caveat, indicate blah, 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 if of any, if significant or something like that.
Yeah.
And then you get into who decides what's significant. So why don't we just leave it?
Jen can decide.
Okay. All of them.
That is significant.
It is always significant.
I'm happy with them.
Okay. Very good. Yes, sir.
So the first one
Yes.
is advice from town staff.
Yes.
A little bit further down, you have advice from commission.
Correct.
Okay, so essentially the same thing, just
Specifying
different
what-
groupings?
Yes.
Okay.
Because like similar to this past Saturday when I wasn't on site, you guys go on site, you say that it's not.
Yep.
Or if someone comes to my office. So I think that's why it's in that's why it's in there twice. The one
I
just
see.
specifically for
If you as
staff.
staff,
Us, you as the commission.
okay. I was thinking other staff like
Or
Robert or something, and
yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, all right, so it can apply to any of them.
Yep.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Thank you for clarifying. That wasn't ours. Also, in plans and application requirements, A1, first line, the applicant may be, two separate words, not maybe.
Okay.
Good catch.
And that's as far as I got it. I didn't get to read the rest of it. Sorry. Then I had to come here.
And if you do read it, it is requiring that one set of plans be submitted in color. Doesn't specify the colors, which I don't really think matters as much. It just makes them easier to read
Yep.
when you have one done in color.
And do we
I
have
don't need all of them. That saves me time from sitting there and coloring them
we
for
have
an
a color
hour.
printer or copier, right? It is or no?
Yes, the one in the mailroom is, and then the large scale one is as well. So if they did submit them electronically, I could print them, but the large scale printer is fairly expensive to print things off of. So, I mean, the
Okay.
engineers can do that.
I think that drawings have to include the boundary and location of all resource areas on the site and within 100 feet of the site. I think that's good, because remember we had the James Brook thing for Air Solar One, where they didn't realize they were in riverfront when they cut all those trees. So,
I'm hoping that this kind of helps too with some of the plans that we do get from some companies that tend to be a little over ambitious on one page. That hopefully this will make them space it out a little bit. I don't know how to word that to make it be like sheets can't be too detailed, but hopefully this helps.
Number 7.
Yes.
C, number 7,
Yeah.
sorry. Indicate locations, sizes, and slopes of existing slopes?
Yes.
Is that,
Maybe, is it
Do you
slope
mean-
degree?
well, that's what I'm wondering. Do you mean
Yeah.
like the,
Yeah,
like 2 to 1?
Yeah.
Okay, isn't that called something else?
You say slope angles?
I don't know.
Angle?
Is it angle?
Could you
It's
just
a,
put
like,
angle of
it's 2 to 1 to me, like it's a ratio. I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, that'd be, yeah, should do that.
Okay.
Yeah, indicate
So location,
location,
ratio,
sizes, and ratios of existing
ratio,
slopes. There you go. Thank you.
ratio. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds much better.
Mhm.
This is why we're doing this, because I want to make sure, I've been doing these for so long, I'm like, I just want to get that public hearing done. So that I can start working on the ones for the fall.
That one's showing the slopes. Make environment treatments for elevation. Indicate existing stone. Indicate all existing trees greater than 6 inch. There's 6-inch caliper in diameter, and then further up you mentioned something about large trees. Should that be the same?
Where do I have that large trees?
Must be before maybe somewhere. I gotta check it.
Oh yeah, it just says features such
Where
as
did you
large
have
trees.
that? Yeah, where was that?
That's A. It's just in the.
Okay.
I think that just gets more specific in it. It's not like you're doing this one or that one. You're doing all of them. So just like this, these plans will state these items in here, and then it goes into further detail.
to define, like, what
Yeah.
do you mean by that? That makes sense.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Now that makes sense to me. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I do like the post and pre-development PPNP too. I like that part.
Should, 16, should it be or floodplain?
Yes.
Couldn't caught it, but it said indicated on the plan.
No, I think it should be floodplain.
Yeah.
Is it? No, it's not. No, it's not. Don't do that to me.
I think it should be flood plan, should be indicated on the plane, right?
Mainly.
Mainly.
That's
Only
for green
only in
wall.
Spain.
All right.
But no, when I was looking at them, I liked the pre and post development overstory canopy, so it gives you an idea when you have a subdivision what the area's going to look like and how many trees are coming down, and then that'll help us going forward and how we can redesign that.
Yeah.
Going back to the 6-inch caliper.
Yes, sir.
So indicate all existing trees greater than 6-inch caliper diameter measured at a height of 5 feet above existing. And that's above existing, not exiting ground.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, how you find people.
These things get checked as.
I know, when you're typing fast like that,
Yeah,
we're
they're real words.
I'll have to go through and spell check because it's a word.
Yeah,
It's,
well,
it's gonna be like a
exactly.
grammar check,
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't pick stuff up like that. So they say, I'm sure you knew what you were talking about.
Oh God, if there was a grammar check, it would break on my computer.
Sometimes reading backwards helps you find those words. Like
Yeah.
start here and read back, but then you that's all of it after. Hate it.
Yeah, I think this is a good start. It's nothing
Yeah, but
nothing
nothing's-
anybody's gonna flip out about.
No, and it's nothing that hasn't been done anywhere else. And like I said, attending the MACC conferences this past month, there was a whole presentation on climate resiliency regulations and bylaws, which is something I want to look at doing in for the fall. Figuring we might have to change a bylaw or two in our existing, and that's when we'll tie that into the regulations after the bylaw goes through. And all those were done with peer review from a town council firm. So there's a whole list of comments. So a lot of it would pertain to adding more for vernal pools and extending out stuff like that. So and adding more floodplain protection. So we'll be looking at those for the fall. So we'll have an article for the fall town meeting.
Or regulations or bylaws.
The bylaw will have to change because of where our definitions are.
Yeah, and one thing I was thinking, driving, I don't know if this wouldn't be our bylaw, it might be a separate thing, but like driving down Westford Road where the old pig farm,
Yes.
was,
Mhm.
and there's that big building at night, they have these blinding lights
Yes.
shining straight out.
Yes, they do.
And there is some forest to one side across the road, and it's like,
Do we need that?
do we need, I mean, because Dark Skies Initiative,
Yeah. Well, that's something that when we do have meetings, and it was discussed, Professor, we're doing preliminary for Stratton Hill, about asking not to have streetlights.
yeah.
It's something that it needs to be brought up when more of these things are being brought to the planning board
Yeah.
for us to comment on.
And like, I think there would be good interest down the road of looking at a town bylaw about brightness of lights directed into undeveloped forest areas.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't be just us. that
No,
would
it's
be-
planning, yeah. So that's something when we do have a new planner that comes on board that I gotta work with them
Yeah.
specifically, because I wanna look at the, especially the site plan regulations and stormwater to create more low-impact development.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so whoever they get,
Yeah.
it would be a good thing to,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So this is just
It's
start, and
blinding.
we're gonna get there.
Anything else on this?
Yeah, so I'll verify when we have to do the, how long it has to be posted, and we'll make sure we get that on the next, either the next agenda or the agenda after.
Okay. Conservation Office updates.
So as you all know, there was a train derailment in town today. I got the phone call from.
Did it come in before Tuesday? Because if not,
Dan, from the director of the DPW, called me shortly after it happened, before any news crews showed up. They put, nothing had leaked, the containers were sealed, nothing had gone into the brook, but they did put erosion control measures in place just to be safe.
The DPW did?
The DPW did, and the train, I think the train company did as well. So that's the update on that. There was I issued an emergency certificate yesterday for the DPW. There is a beaver dam that has flooded an access road off of Brook Street that has a beaver deceiver in it that is no longer functioning properly. So they are slowly breaching the dam on that to let the water out. And once it lowers down enough, then they'll fix the beaver deceiver that is on site. So that was done. What else have I done? Oh, I sent you guys the draft of the Meadow, and George, this one here has all of your comments that you had on it. The two versions are just colors and different pictures, if you all had to take a look at it. But this one does have wording that George had suggested on there.
Which one?
The green one. I changed it. I that's not what you guys got. I apologize.
I like this one better. I like this picture.
Yeah,
Did you want to say? I'm sorry.
these were actually my pictures that I took last year.
Very pretty.
Those are that. So if everyone's okay with these,
One correction, it would be
yeah,
conducting public activities
activities.
as opposed to actives.
Yes. Yeah, again, PDFs don't catch up on all those. And we'll get them out. I'll get them, posted around town, on the town's Facebook page and website. There is a National Trails Day, which I believe is the first weekend in June, which I just found out about. So we'll try to have the first thing scheduled for this group for that. And hopefully have a first meeting with them to come to the commission in May.
Did you say the first weekend in June?
Yes.
Okay.
National Trails Day or weekend or something like that.
And I put an exclamation mark or two after
Yep.
that last one, just to like,
Wait a minute,
Make it seem enthusiastic.
two of them?
I put two or three.
Maybe just one.
Just one is
One and a
fine.
smiley face.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's got the activities.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then when you have that final one,
Mhm.
if you send me a copy PDF,
Yes.
I'll post it on the town's Facebook page.
Oh yes, and yeah, that one. I'll get on the actual official town one.
Yeah.
And I'll get it posted
And
here in the library.
we could have some handouts for fall, springtime meeting.
I'd have to double check with Jeff that we can do that. We can do it outside, we can't do it inside.
They
Right.
just have that table with stuff on
They're
it.
not allowed to do that this time.
Why?
Only if it pertains to town meeting.
Uh,
Ask our new
Clutter the
moderator.
minds.
Oh, it's our new moderator.
Yes. But yes, we can hand them out outside of town meeting as well.
Okay. Oh, yeah, so they have those tables
Yeah.
sometimes as you come in.
Yeah, they're not gonna have that this year. It's only gonna be only for our articles.
For our new town moderator.
Prior to new town moderator. It's
Oh,
only
you
gonna
should
be
go
for
on with the
existing,
open
for
mic
articles.
On Tuesday to talk to him about that. and why
Okay.
It's not allowed.
All right. I'm not going to.
And
But,
So the-
Yes.
You underline agents,
Oh, yeah, that's underlined, I'll fix that.
underline.
oh,
That's very
Oh.
important.
Conservation agent.
I worked hard for that title. 15 years in the making.
Looks
Okay.
good.
All right, very good. Awesome.
does, yeah.
That's about all I got.
Thanks, John.
I would, okay,
Yes.
so I would also get rid of, it says, conducting public activities for the enjoyment as a singular of this great resource.
Okay.
Okay. Good paragraph, George.
Thank you.
Anything else as far as updates?
Oh, that's about it.
That's about it.
It's all I
Any
got the
mem-
voice. It's all I got the voice for.
Yeah. Member updates?
If the sky clears tonight, it's supposed to be a really good night. We might see northern lights. But I don't
Really?
know.
Here?
Apparently. It's like level 6, which is pretty high.
Huh.
There's like this big, I think on the sun, this huge area of darker area that has emerged.
You saw
They called
this?
it, no, it was
Is
a
it
news article the other day, like a hole.
It's supposed to look
It's like a
like the
hole.
sun.
Is it a solar flare?
Yeah, well, it's creating bigger.
You mean like the
Your
sun is
measurement.
dying? It's got a dark spot?
What?
Well,
Don't
it's
even
only
start
that's it's not dying. It's not a cool spot.
Mm.
It's just a slightly different temperature or something. But yeah, it was due to affect us.
Wow.
If the sky, I just looked and it looks like it's going to be at least partly cloudy, but if you're around, I think 10 o'clock, 9 to 10 was the peak.
You could probably go over like on Westford Road there,
I was thinking up by,
by
like
the old
Fruitlands,
pig
but
farm. You can probably see it really good there.
oh, by the big funny. See, I see what you did there.
Do you look north?
You look north, I guess.
Okay.
The Northern Lights. I've seen them once in
Southern
Ashby.
Lights.
I've never seen them.
I saw
and
them
it's
once in Ashby when I was a
My
kid.
life's goal.
I've only seen them once.
I was in Ashby once when I was a kid. We had them.
Wow.
Anyway, that's all I had.
That's all you got? George? Mark?
Yes. So, signs are done. They got issues with their UPS.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
I assume that must be like their printer package labeling or something. So we'll get them here shortly. At the same time, got a letter, email from Lucy Wallace from, what am I doing this again? Nashua.
The
whatever.
stewardship.
Thank you. She's looking for the final report. I responded back to her saying, it's in draft form. We're just looking to get the final numbers from our finance department on what we spent and everything. She said, once they have the final report, they'll disperse the final funds. I didn't say anything about the fact that we probably don't need them.
Yep.
I'm hoping to surprise her with the final report that Heather puts together to basically say, we found a less expensive manufacturer. We did volunteering to just install them. And so we're saving you money.
We might
Even though
have-
we asked for the extension and it took us a little bit longer, at the end of the day, we did it for much less than what was initially
A
anticipated.
lot less, yeah.
So
Not
we
a lot less,
got 2,500. Have we used close to that, or because
I'd
we'll
have
have
to
to
double check.
reimburse them the
I don't
unused
think so.
funds?
I maybe spent 2 at the most, and I think that
Yeah.
even could be really high.
Yeah.
So we'd have to give them, right? Give them back the
Yes.
unused portion.
Maybe when we give them back, we could say we would be ecstatic if you could extend it to the water chestnut effort. Maybe we can make a suggestion like that.
She got approved, right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
I
the
mean,
canoe and everything.
Who knows?
It's already out there.
The canoe
They're
is?
not, We're not really giving, it's not gonna hurt them to do that.
You mean the excess money?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. It's right,
Mhm.
right. So I mean, since we didn't end up using it, although maybe people are coming in for less than 5,000, and so that they could just fund other
Yep.
different efforts. So who knows? But
Yeah.
we can only suggest they can do whatever they want, obviously. But they have a meeting on the 10th that they wanted to.
Yeah, we'll have it, I'll have it, I'll have
So-
it done for tomorrow. I'll set it out, hopefully tomorrow for everyone to look at.
Okay.
Jess, you have anything? Jen? Me either. Anybody got anything?
Oh,
Oh.
sorry. So they cut our trees. So you saw that.
Saw that.
Yes, I did,
Yeah.
yes. No, I went out and looked at them and I asked Mark Dixon, like, why are we cutting them down? Is it because they're covered in vines? He goes, yeah. I said, okay. I mean,
Oh, they did.
he goes, we have
They have
got
already
complaints
come
that they're
down.
gonna fall. I said, okay, well,
Yeah, they
that's,
have already come down.
I'm like, that's fine. I'm like, again, I don't, and then, I don't know if any of you all saw too, there was a tree that fell from the storm last week, with two couple trees. One on 96 Sandy Pond Road, tree broke in half, flag went in yesterday, removed it, I issued the administrative order for that. And there was one at Pine Meadow at the Oak Ridge entrance that was broken in half. So we got DPW to go out and take care of that before it fell.
Great.
So it's been a busy week
Yeah.
between that, because that tree and the beaver dam came in the same day, and then today was the train. So hopefully nothing comes in tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Passes unanimously. Thank you all.